911, what is the location of your emergency?
4748 France Court, apartment 3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay, send the line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
All right, great. Now tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in a case and we were playing. And like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep, and I woke up, and he was dead in the suitcase, so I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. He has, like, blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know if, like, he had, like, an aneurysm or what happened.
This is 42-year-old Sarah Boone. On Monday, February 24th, 2020, she called 911 at around 1 p.m. to report that she woke up to find her boyfriend dead inside of a suitcase. By the time police arrived, paramedics were already there and found Sarah's boyfriend George Torres, who was also 42 years old, dead inside the apartment. The arriving officer finds Sarah standing outside and starts gathering information about the incident.
Yeah, you call it working.
What's going on? I just got here, so fill me in.
No problem. Like,
Yeah,
he and I were putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take the stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay. Fine.
So then it's like we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suitcase. Okay.
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he lives here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So then he came over here.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I tried giving him CPR. The problem is I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning, when I found him.
Before you called?
Yes!
It's 1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs, and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still. And that's when I found him, and I took him out, and I tried doing CPR, and then I called him, and then I called you guys.
Did he get here before the fire department got here?
Who?
Your husband? Or
Yes.
your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live at?
Right down the street.
Okay. So you were playing, and who zipped him up?
I did, but then I fell asleep.
Okay. You're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
I fell asleep, so I don't know if he suffocated or like had an aneurysm or a heart attack or what.
What kind of medical conditions does he have?
None that I know of.
Nothing that you know of.
None
you didn't
that I
take
know
any
of.
medicine
No.
last night?
No.
No medicine.
All we had was a bottle of wine. Literally, just a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Doing puzzle artwork. Then we decided to play hide and seek.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that happened.
Okay.
So I don't know if he had a heart attack or what in there. Like, I don't know what happened.
The officer learns that Sarah was in a relationship with George and that the couple had been living together for the past 3.5 years. Sarah tells the officer that on the night prior, the couple were drinking wine while putting together a puzzle when they decided to play hide and seek. That's when she says she helped him get into the suitcase and zipped him up for fun. This story already makes no sense, since it defeats the purpose of the game for her to help the person she'd be looking for get into a hiding spot. But according to Sarah, that's what happened, and she forgot about him and fell asleep, only to wake up the next day and find him dead. She tried performing CPR on him, but he couldn't be revived. Throughout her initial questioning, Sarah continuously floats the idea that he may have died of an aneurysm, a heart attack, or a stroke, probably in an attempt to shift the blame away from her. When asked if George had any medical conditions, she said no. The officer walks over to Sarah's ex-husband, Brian, to get his statement. He tells the officer that because Sarah tends to drink and sleep in, he called her earlier that morning to see if she'd be able to pick up their 9-year-old son from school. He says that she called him back in a panic just before 1 p.m. and asked him to rush over. When he arrived, he learned that Sarah found her boyfriend dead and told her to call the police. He also mentioned that the couple had a toxic relationship and that George had been previously arrested for domestic violence. As police secure the potential crime scene, the officer calls for detectives. About an hour later, homicide detectives who identified themselves as Chelsea and Scott arrive at the scene where they're briefed on the incident by the sheriff's deputies. They take over the investigation and introduce themselves to Sarah and ask her to recount her story.
All right, Sarah, my name's Chelsea. My partner, Scott. She explained last night that you guys were drinking a bottle of wine. and around midnight, you decided you guys...
12:30ish, yeah.
Okay. You guys decided to play hide and seek.
Well, we were playing hide and seek. We were putting puzzles together, we were doing artwork. You can see the puzzle that we finished in there, and then the artwork, and then decided to play hide and seek, just being stupid.
Okay.
So he decided to get in the suitcase. So I thought it would be funny to, and he was laughing about it too, to dip him up in there. I go upstairs and fell asleep. So this morning or this afternoon when I actually got up out of the bed, I thought for sure he was downstairs on the laptop because he was just being really quiet. But then I came downstairs and I'm like, where is he? That's when I found him.
Okay.
Detectives then investigate the scene and bring in a forensics team to collect evidence and transport George's body to a medical examiner for an autopsy. They also took Sarah's phone and later interviewed neighbors and family to get a better picture of the couple's relationship. They found out from Sarah's neighbors that she drinks on a daily basis and would frequently yell at them. By the next morning, Sarah's brought into the sheriff's office for further questioning. By this point, homicide detectives had received the autopsy report, which revealed multiple bruises on George's body, indicating that there was likely a physical altercation. They also found a video on Sarah's phone that shows George trapped inside the suitcase and pleading for Sarah to let him out as she laughs and taunts him.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you ching on me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Fucking breathe, Sarah.
Yeah.
As he begs to be let out and says that he can't breathe, Sarah, who was clearly drunk and slurring her words, can be heard laughing and taunting him, telling him that that's how he makes her feel. At this point, she doesn't remember recording this video, probably due to her being heavily intoxicated at the time. She has no idea that police have found evidence which contradicts her account of what happened, and she sticks to her story.
So, this morning we went to his autopsy, and we were informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little
I haven't laid
swollen.
a hand on him.
Okay.
Also, too, he fell off my son's bike.
Okay.
So I don't know. And he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall tree.
Okay.
So
Okay. What about the scratches? Sex?
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also a scratch on the back of his neck, kind of going, but it's going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
And they're all recent. They occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, I have no idea what it is. We had a good time sitting on the back porch, having wine, and smoking a couple of cigarettes, and then decided to go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play, and listen to music. That's why nobody got out of sorts. This is what's mind-blowing to me. I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had, on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising, and on his head and his skull.
I have no idea.
As if something hit him.
I
considered
have not
force
touched him.
trauma.
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
Then how would you get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know. I have not touched him.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day.
It was a good day. We've had good days lately, even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and ex-wives and everything. It's been good. Like, I don't even know where this is coming from.
At first, Sarah insists that her relationship with George had been good and that the two of them haven't fought in a long time. It wasn't until detectives brought up the couple's recent run-ins with police for domestic violence incidents that she started taking her story in another direction. She starts painting George as an abusive alcoholic who beats her and makes herself out to be the victim.
Yeah,
I don't
you said
even
the
know.
last physical was probably, you said, I think, what, a month ago? You said a month ago he hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, with a curtain rod. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either. Like, we've been good. I don't know if, like...
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
The probation officer?
No, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition
I've
of
been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me. So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep.
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, there hasn't, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago, so...
Give or take.
Right, so what do you mean by he comes after you? Like,
he gets belligerently drunk. Like, I don't know if you all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the pictures and the videos that I have taken.
Okay.
So you all will see in my pictures bloody fingers, split foreheads. He split my nose.
Then why are you still with him?
Everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this, I really love him. Like, I do. And I feel like I can help him. Like, I feel like I could help him, which I did, because he came a really long way. I've really helped him. I've bailed him out of jail, 3 times. I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state. I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him, because I had hope in him. And he was trying. He was really trying. The next thing I know, he's drinking. So it's like, oh man, I know where this is going to go, so I'm going to go upstairs and read a book. Or I'm going to go for a bike ride, or I'm going to do something else. Where I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. I have to wake up the next day and do things. I have to tend to Lucas. I have to take him to school. I have all this stuff to do. So when you all see my phone, you can see all of the damage he has done to me and the videos of him smashing my television because he's belligerently drunk.
Detective Chelsea asks if they were possibly drunk and had a fight that got out of hand. Sarah denies this and says that they were having a good day and that she doesn't get drunk.
what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand and it got physical?
No.
Or is it...
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that, too, on the pictures, him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around, having a good time, and just being happy. I mean, I can get, like, maybe 2-3 glasses of wine, and I'll be fine. But I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
She then goes off on a tangent and starts talking about things that have nothing to do with the situation, probably to try to muddy the waters and distract from her involvement in George's death.
And another thing, too, is I don't like listening to music with him because he gets too involved in the music, and the music that he listens to is a little rough around the edges and, like, just, it makes me fractious listening to his music. So it's still background noise to him because I think that's what he's used to, is having background noise. Where me, I can sit in here all day with not a peep. But he always has to have some kind of background noise, which I didn't mind because the trailers were cool. I call him the volcano, where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he has learned in his classes is to communicate, which is a huge thing in a relationship. So he actually talks to me about things and unburdens himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you, like I have almost everything. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I miss him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night. I miss him a lot. I even went down and met his probation officer, which I say she's wonderful. That's one of my questions, too, I need to talk to you about. Hugged me and said how much she knows that I take care of him. She called me personally. one time when George was at work, when he was working. 42-minute phone call where it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class? And some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Just opened the back of my car and just started throwing all his crap in, just throwing it. Like the car would jostle, he was throwing all his stuff. At that point, because I continually did it, not continually, I think I maybe did it. So I don't know if you all know where Katie Way Trail is, right there from our apartment. Would ride his bike to work, but before he would leave extra early and come up to the wall, stand on top of his bike and poke his head over because he would know that I would be outside. I'm just going to be upstairs maybe watching one of my shows or maybe reading a book. We really needed that. So what's for dinner? And then we would cook together and eat dinner and then crawl in the bed and watch a movie. Dee, his ex-wife, when I say a monster, she's a monster. It doesn't matter. I mean, mind you, this is not, like, been recent, but, which is why he doesn't even bother calling anymore, because he knows that she's going to answer and he's going to have to talk to her, so therefore he can't talk to his daughter. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter.
What does she have to do, though, with anything about what happened Sunday and into Monday?
Detectives shift the conversation back to the topic and ask Sarah who else has access to her phone. When she confirms that only she does, they confront her with the video they found.
Okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
No.
No? Okay. But your phone is password protected, you have the password, he has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial recognition. So, to your recollection, no videos on Sunday?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found, and it was from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. Fuck you.
And it's
Fuck
just,
you.
that's you, your voice.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. Sarah.
I don't want to watch it, please. Okay.
Sarah's then confronted about the suitcase being upside down, which means that it had to have been moved after George was put inside. Another video that was recorded 11 minutes after the first one shows the suitcase right side up again. This proves that Sarah tossed it around while he was trapped inside, probably to torture him. This would also explain the fresh bruises and scratches that were found on his body. The video also contradicts her claim that they were playing, since George can be heard telling her that he can't breathe and begging her to let him out. Sarah's story is being debunked right in front of her, and she's backed into a corner. She now starts to get defensive and will continuously insist that she didn't intend on leaving him to die, and that her intentions weren't malicious, as if this absolves her of any responsibility in George's death.
So this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image, it's upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep.
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah.
But not intentional though.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out? You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end it sounds kind of like a...
No, it's not malicious.
Well, saying fuck you.
It's not malicious. My intention was not to leave him in there. Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
Nowhere in there is he laughing, is he joking. He is begging. And you're the only one laughing.
Okay.
And you're the only one saying derogatory comments. Like you're mad.
Like, it's like you guys are kind of trying to, like, feed me. Like,
no, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said. Do you remember making that video?
No.
Why don't you remember making the video?
Probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
No. Just because I went up. I understand where you all are coming from.
Well, we're just trying to make sense of it. We're trying to figure out what you're saying.
We're trying to figure out this video.
You explain it to us. We're listening.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep.
So why didn't you take him out?
Because I went upstairs, and then I fell asleep.
But why didn't you consciously think, he's asking to come out, he can't
I didn't
breathe.
do it intentionally.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not giving it up, my plan was not to leave him in the
And what was
suitcase.
your plan?
Waiting for him to come upstairs.
And then when he did it?
I fell asleep. It's the drinking. That's what it is. It's the drinking. Again, I don't think you all understand. Like, it's not that was not my intention. So you all think that it's like, oh good, I got him in there, now I'm going to go to sleep?
The video is very portraying of the opposite of what you told us. The injuries are not consistent with what you told us. So we have a lot of inconsistencies, and this video explains itself. It really, truly does.
My intention was not for this to happen. It was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It was not intentional. I would not do that to him nor anyone else.
But you did.
Not intentional. I don't know. I don't know what you all want me to tell you because this was not in any way, shape, or form, hand on the Bible, intentional.
Okay.
Right. You guys are killing me right now.
I just want you to hear.
I didn't mean to leave him in there.
Okay. Were you punishing him?
No. Just.
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
This is what you got. This is what you make me feel like.
See, and then it's all backfired on me. Like, it's all backfired on me. And I understand the severity of this.
Yeah, he's dead.
It's awful, I know.
Okay.
It's awful. And I will tell you both this right now, too. I will never drink alcohol again. You guys are trying to, again, oh, he's in there. Night, night.
That's what happened.
No.
That's absolutely what happened.
Intentionally. I didn't intentionally mean for this to happen. So you guys think that I intentionally didn't do it. That I intentionally did not do.
You realize you're the person that killed him, right?
I thought about that.
Okay, you left him in a bag when he's begging you, saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and you said, fuck you. And you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
Not intentionally.
Again.
I would never do that to George.
You did.
Not intentionally. Alcohol is a shitty thing. It's alcohol.
So
not, again.
The reason that you killed him?
You all.
Please sit down.
Listen to me.
Please sit down.
You all, listen. I did not intentionally kill him.
I got you on video screaming, fuck you.
This is what it feels like when you're choking me. This is what it feels like.
Which was however long ago.
You just zipped him in the bag. And then you flipped the bag around several times.
I didn't do that intentionally.
You didn't intentionally flip the bag around?
No, why would I do that?
Well, you
Good
told us
question,
you did.
I'm leaving it like this. I did not intentionally do this. No malicious content.
In your voice, you can hear the maliciousness.
There's no maliciousness towards that.
I would probably be telling myself that too after that video.
My intent was not for that to happen.
But you went upstairs and went to bed. Or maybe you passed out, I don't know.
Wait, this has changed my life. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a true statement.
Absolutely.
Like, this is not cool.
It's not cool.
He's
dead. It's
but
not
you
cool.
think that I did that intentionally. You think that I did that intentionally.
You intentionally left him in there and left the room. You went upstairs to a different room.
You intentionally did that.
You did.
Yes. Oh, so if your son was in there and said, I can't breathe, are you going to open it, or is he 9, so he's not,
Really?
It's not a big deal. I'm just a valid question.
Oh, you said you would never put your son in a suitcase. You would only put George in there.
No, George got in a suitcase.
And you zipped it up.
Not all the way and not intentionally to leave him there.
But that's what happened.
So what, guys? So what? Like, just, I don't know what you want me to say other than it was not out of maliciousness or intentional.
I had several people that came up to me in that apartment complex said that you were drunk on a daily basis. And you were screaming at him regularly.
Right. I don't know what you all want me to tell you. In no way, shape, or form was this intentional. At all. Ever.
Okay. Are you still going to allow us to do your fingernails?
Go for it.
Go for it? Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to get that set up.
While waiting for forensics to come and swab her fingernails and collect DNA samples, Sarah asks a list of questions she had prepared in relation to George's belongings and his funeral. She seems to have hope that she's going home after the interview and probes the detectives to try and find out whether or not she's getting arrested. While doing so, she mentions her son multiple times, probably to try and gain sympathy from them.
So, am I getting my phone back?
No.
Not today.
What about Lucas's laptop?
No.
Not today.
Not today.
So, his probation officer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you all inform her, or do I need to call her?
We don't have to inform her, so if you would like to call her, you can.
So the same thing for classes. I need to do that too. So, other than this, so initially, what was the cause of death?
She is still pending because she wants to hold the body for an additional day to see if more of those bruises turn into something bigger.
How do you guys suggest me finding out about funeral?
That's not even something that's been probably talked about between the family. That's not something we ask. We have no way of...
I didn't know, that's why I'm asking. Yeah. How do I go about getting his wedding ring, engagement ring?
It's at the medical examiner's office. It'll come to us eventually, and then...
It'll be released to the next of kin.
Yeah, okay.
I bought it for him.
Okay. That is a civil issue.
So I won't get that back. So, what's next?
They're going to come and swab your fingers.
No, I'm talking about, like, in the long run. Like, what do I need to, like, do I need to be doing something, or, like...
I can't tell you, like, what to do.
I mean, like, so, like, for, like, I don't understand, like, I don't know if you guys are just going to, like, because it makes it sound like, to me, like, I'm being accused of something that was not intentional. I'm being accused of it.
Mm-hmm.
And a handful of other things that I'm being accused of.
Okay.
So I don't want to be at home with Lucas and you guys show up.
Okay.
I understand that.
So...
we're still investigating. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
I get it. Look, I get it. That looks really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what scares me. Like, what do I need to plan on? Like, what do I need to plan on? I promise you, on my son's life, it was not intentional. I promise you, on Lucas's life, it was not intentional.
I don't know you. I can't say I know anything about you. I don't know what would be a true statement, what would not. I mean, you're promising on your son's life, that's fine.
I hope you take that to heart. Please.
And it's documented that you said that, yeah. I get it.
Do you have any idea when I can get my phone back?
What's up?
I'm trying to make Lucas happy so he can have his laptop back.
Okay.
So you will keep me posted, like updated.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing, is I'm trying to figure out what I need to do in the meantime.
I don't know. I can't, I don't know what to tell you, though.
Like I was telling her, yeah, that's bad. Which I swore in my son's life was not intentional. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for myself.
Okay.
Going forward with this, nonetheless, with his family. And are you all just showing up with Lucas in the house?
I think we've already both told you that we would be mindful of any situations.
So you guys, I guess you're going to call me tomorrow? Or do we need to come back down here?
I'll chat with you next time. I have no idea when I'm going to call you next.
I hope you all can really both truly understand that that was not my intent. I miss him a lot.
I mean,
No more.
But
In itself, for me to have to live with getting him out and doing what I did is punishment enough. Nonetheless, I have to live without him now.
mm-hmm. Yeah, his daughters too.
Are you trying to make it worse?
Sorry, what?
Are you trying to make it worse?
Make what worse?
How I feel?
Okay.
All right, do me a favor, stand up. I need you to turn around, face the wall, put your hands behind your back. Do you have anything in your pockets that I should know about?
No.
Okay.
Why is this happening?
Because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
We understand that.
He's still dead.
Well, we don't
Someone
really
needs to
understand
call
that.
Brian, please.
Okay.
Or can I not make the phone call?
You'll be able to make a phone call when we get you down to the jail.
So
You'll
why
be
is this
afforded-
happening? So this was a trick.
No, it's not
No,
a trick.
not
How's
a
it a
trick.
trick?
So,
I'm in here to ask you to explain a few things to us, and
You were read your rights.
your response to everything was basically, I didn't do it.
intentionally.
I have to go through that.
Doesn't matter. He's still dead. Do me a favor. Have a seat.
Really, guys?
Really.
So if I didn't show up, why is
You're
this
trying-
happening?
Because
Before you all said I could leave,
when
that I was done after this, after that.
we were done, yes, we were done. Absolutely.
So now, so that's what it is,
We are done.
right? Not intentional.
Okay.
Sarah Boone was arrested for the second-degree murder of George Torres. She's currently awaiting trial, and if convicted, she could face a sentence of up to life in prison.